It's all too easy and all too common to talk about the physical side of things. But what about the things that we can't? Well, let's talk about that. Hello and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I discuss a range of mental health topics, discussing stories, inspiration and information to those in need of it. If this sounds like something that you would be interested in, do consider subscribing. Click the notification bell to stay up to date with all future content. Now, in my previous job, I would often worry about doing well and not messing up. Now, this is something that a lot of people worry about. And of course, the constant pressures of performing well and then coupled with any problems on the outside, like what I was experiencing at the time, it can start to weigh on you and it makes it difficult to cope. As the thoughts creep in and your brain gets somewhat clouded, it can be a weird sensation. A sensation some have described as it's like you're alone, floating through space. And it can get a bit much, and it can affect your behaviour and you start acting differently. Now, this is something that in a workplace is obviously going to come with its own problems. Now, I myself experienced that, and I was often questioned about my behaviour in various workplaces, and it made it very difficult. I found it very difficult to keep calm when all this was piling on top and then getting questioned because of my behaviour, which I can't always help my behaviour anyway with the ADHD, but same if you're feeling depressed and everything. And of course, as this built on top of it, you're feeling that way, you've got all that pressure, and then you've got people questioning why you're behaving, you're getting reprimanded and all the rest of it because you're making mistakes. It makes it even harder to cope, and it can lead to breakdown. And this surprised the manager I had at the time, that I was acting this way and that I had this breakdown, because I seemed, according to her, I seemed fine and I was very easy ozy, she put it. I think she went easy going, but she said easy ozy. It's the only time I've ever actually heard that expression, but I knew what she meant. So she was quite surprised. But the thing is, I was probably guilty of masking how I was really feeling inside. But you see, it's perfectly normal and natural to feel that way, because just as it's normal to feel happy, it's normal to feel sad and angry and depressed at times. But those thoughts can start building up and chipping away at us. And just like there are things in our world and in our environment that can chip away and damage your physical health, there are also things that can be very harmful to your mental health if it's not kept in check. Because the thing with good mental health is that we unfortunately have to take the good with the bad. But the important thing about that is not allowing the negative to control you. We all feel stress at some point in our life. We all suffer from stress and anger, and we all get those dark thoughts. We all do. And it's important that when it all starts to get too much, when you're struggling to cope, it's perfectly fine to take a step back, step away, and find something that you enjoy doing, something that gives you a happy feeling. The trouble is, and it's something that's wrong in our society, it's very, very easy for us to ask for help or to reach out to help when someone is physically ill. But when it's mental ill, because we can't really see what's wrong with them, or because of that fear of being judged, as I said, it's not spoken about as much. And it often goes unnoticed. The thing is, though, it shouldn't really be any different, whether it's physical or mental. If someone is struggling, we should reach out to help that person as best as we can. Because the thing is, any one of us can be affected by this. 1 in 4 people every day are affected by mental health. That's 25% of the population. That means that you watching this could be affected by mental health at some point in your life, or someone you know. And if you watching this, if you're that person that everyone comes to when they're feeling that way, then just listen to them. Or if they, after this video, if someone happens to feel the need to come to you to discuss this, just listen. Don't put any pressure on them. Just listen. And don't judge. And okay, whilst you may not always have the answer, just understand that just being there for that person and listening to them, just by doing that small step, you are already helping them in ways that I can't even describe right now. And that person will be thankful for it. But mental health need not be a difficult subject to talk about. Even though for some it is, it doesn't need to be. Because, as I said, mental health affects everybody. Just how much are workplace measures and accommodations helping your mental health? Click the video at the top to hear my thoughts on that one. Alternatively, click the video at the bottom to join my campaign in ending the stigma on mental health. I'll see you in the video.